Hi all, let us look at Scrum artifacts in this video. Scrum artifacts represent work or a value. They are designed to maximize transparency of key information. Thus, everyone inspecting them has the same basis for adaptation. There are three Scrum artifacts defined by Scrum.org: product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. Each artifact contains a commitment to ensure it provides information that enhances transparency and focus against the progress being measured. For the product backlog, it is the product goal. For the sprint backlog, it is the sprint goal. For the increment, it is the definition of done. These commitments exist to reinforce empirism and the Scrum values for the Scrum team and their stakeholders. Product backlog. Product backlog refers to a prioritized list of functionality which a product should contain. This is the single source of document used by all the Scrum teams who works on this product. This document will be a living document until the product exists. Product backlog will get enhanced by the act of product backlog refinement. Product backlog refinement is the process of adding details like estimates, order, etc. This is an ongoing process in each sprint. High priority and fine-grained items are arranged to the top of the product backlog for the consumption in the next sprint. Whereas medium or low priority items which are not detailed enough will be kept at the bottom of the product backlog. Product owner is accountable for product backlog, but developers are responsible for sizing of product backlog items. Product goal. Product goal is a long-term objective. It is a measurable and actionable target describing what the Scrum team aims to achieve in months ahead and for what purpose. Product owner defines the product goal and communicates to the Scrum team and stakeholders. Scrum team uses the product goal to plan, prioritize and focus their work. Scrum team should fulfill one objective before taking on the next. Sprint backlog. Sprint backlog contains all the tasks earmarked for completion in the current sprint. Sprint backlog contains sprint goal, product backlog items selected for the sprint, and an actionable plan to deliver the increment. Sprint backlog is created during sprint planning meeting. Sprint backlog contains plan for the sprint which developers uses to convert product backlog item to increments. Sprint backlog evolves during the sprint and it should be publicly visible for all the stakeholders for better transparency. Sprint goal. Sprint goal shows the desired outcome of an iteration that produces a shared goal to the team. Sprint goal is created during sprint planning event by the Scrum team. They then add them to the sprint backlog. As the developers work during the sprint, they keep the sprint goal in mind. If the work evolves and it is not what they expected, they collaborate with the product owner to negotiate the scope of the sprint backlog within the sprint without affecting the sprint goal. The sprint goal does not change during the sprint, but there are exceptional cases where possibly cancelling the sprint. Increment. Increment is the latest stable and usable version of product. Latest means that a product is being developed incrementally with each sprint being an attempt to be more valuable than the previous one. Multiple increments may be created within a sprint. The sum of the increments is presented at the sprint review, thus supporting empirism. An increment may be delivered at the stakeholders prior to the end of the sprint. Sprint review should never be considered as gate to release values. Definition of done. Definition of done specifies the standards every item in the sprint backlog must meet for the increment to be considered as done. Definition of done may be defined as an organizational standard. In some cases, it would be defined by the Scrum team. If multiple Scrum teams are working on a product, then all the Scrum teams should mutually agree on the same definition of done. Definition of done creates transparency by providing everyone a shared understanding of everyone what is being completed. Any product backlog item which does not meet definition of done, it cannot be presented at sprint review. Result of that, it moves back to the product backlog for further consideration. With this, we will end this video. Thank you.